About 10. Okay, so let's begin. India, agriculture. Right now, I hope you are clear with the term agriculture. You might have an idea what agriculture is, right? But still, let us learn what the agriculture concept is in India. We will be talking about India, right? The concept of agriculture in this chapter is only being discussed about our own country, that is India. Since ancient times, agriculture has remained a prime economic activity of most of the people in India. Right? It is a prime activity and it has been, considered as the most economic activity that is in our country, in India, since the ancient times. Right? આપણે આપણા forefathers બધા આ જ એક્ટિવિટીને આપણે પ્રાઇમ એક્ટિવિટી તરીકે કન્સિડર કરી અને ચાલીએ છીએ. And even today 60%, right, more than 60% of this concept, that is the agriculture concept, is still there and still exists even today. See, next line. Even today also, main support for the Indian economy is agriculture. To boost our economy, the main support, or you can say the backbone of the country, is the agriculture. The agriculture concept બંધ થઈ જાય ને, right? આપણું જે backbone છે ને, એ તૂટી જાય. And if your backbone is not there, you cannot even stand. Right? જે મેઇન હોય ને એ પાછળ આપણું બેકબોન હોય. તો આપણું જે બેકબોન છે that is the agriculture. આપણી જે ઇકોનોમીને સર્વાઇવ કરે છે, સસ્ટેન કરે છે, that is the agriculture. Humans exist on this particular nation, that is India, because of agriculture. Because 60%, how many? 60% of the particular concept is still there in the agriculture. Is still there in the agriculture. Right? Just hold on a second. Just hold on a second. Okay, sorry for the interruption, right? There was a call. Okay, moving ahead. So, what I was saying is, still even 60% of the concept of India develops on or sustains on the agriculture concept, right? So, let's move. Agriculture is an important resource of India. See, next line. About 60% of the labor power is engaged in agriculture. 60% of the laborers are engaged in agriculture. જે આપણે ગુજરાતીમાં કહીએ દાળિયા હોય ને, right? એવા જે લેબરર્સ છે ઇન્ડિયાની અંદર એમાં આઉટ ઓફ 100 60% of the laborers are engaged in the one concept only, that is agriculture. Besides supplying food to the people of India, raw materials for many industries also comes from agriculture, right? Food તો supply કરે છે, જોડે જોડે raw materials પણ supply કરે છે to the industries, right? Cotton, right? એવા ઘણા બધા એવા agricultural concept છે, for example cotton, right? જે raw material તરીકે હોય અને એ ઇન્ડસ્ટ્રીઝમાં જાય and cloth is being made from cotton, right? Many other things are being made, right? Agriculture occupies about 22% of the national product, right? Crops underline all that concepts which are given with numbers, right? મેં પહેલા પણ કીધેલું છે, હજી પણ કહું છું, right? જ્યાં numbers આવે ને, percentage, numbers, figures, you have to underline it, okay? Agriculture occupies about 22% of the India's national product. Crops and other farm products hold about 18% in their export. See, this is a different line, right? Try to understand. Crops એટલે જે vegetables and અનાજ જે હોય એ, right? Crops and other farm products, that means different products which are related to crops, hold 18%. એમનો હોલ્ડ કેટલો છે એગ્રીકલ્ચરમાં? 18% contribution in the export. That whatever amount of crops and the similar products which are related to crops, right, it holds 18% in the terms of export. Every year on an average we export the crops around about 18%, which earns a huge foreign currencies or foreign exchange, right? દર વર્ષે on an average આપણે agriculture concept માંથી especially crops and એના related products we export to the other countries, and what is the percentage? 18 is the percentage, right? The Indian economy is mainly dependent on agriculture. Thus, India is an agrarian country or an agricultural country, right? First paragraph, 3 important topics, 3 important percentages given. First, 60% of the labor power that is still dependent on agriculture. Second, it occupies 22% of the national product. આપણા નેશનની જે લોકલ પ્રોડક્ટ છે બધી એમાં 22% 22% is being only hold or is being holded by the agricultural products. And third concept, 18% on an average, perfect નથી but textbook માં 18 આપેલો છે. On an average 18% of the crops, what kind of crops? That is farm related crops, એ આપણે export કરીએ છીએ. We are exporting every year in the foreign exchanges and we are earning good, and that develops our economy. Right? Moving ahead, next paragraph. In most of the areas in India, 2 or more crops annually can be taken due to the factors like fertile plains, favorable climate for the round the year cultivation, irrigation, skilled and hard working farmers, etc. Average India ની અંદર એક જ પ્લેસમાં બે પર્ટિક્યુલર ક્રોપ્સ ડેવલપ થાય છે, right? Because of the different climate, because of the soil, fertile soil, આપણે types of soils ને બધું જોઈએ, alluvial soil, black soil, red soil and all that things, right? તો એ બધી વસ્તુ ઇન્ડિયામાં છે. એટલે સ્ટેટિસ્ટિકલ ડેટા પ્રમાણે એવું કહે છે that every year in India on an average 2 crops can be grown in 1 year in one place because of different season, because of different soil, because of different climate and weather. So this is an advantage to us in the terms of agriculture. એક જ વર્ષમાં એક જ જમીનમાં બે અલગ-અલગ crops હોય, season બદલાય, climate બદલાય. So this is the benefit. This is the benefit that we are getting in the agricultural concept, right? Even the progress in the field of agriculture is not sufficient. The Indian farmers are generally poor and uneducated. See, this is a little drawback of our country, right? The farmers, they are not educated. Right? ત્યાં આપણે થોડા પાછા પડી જઈએ, right? Because they don't know what it is. એમને કોન્સેપ્ટ ખબર છે એગ્રીકલ્ચરનો, બટ જે લેટેસ્ટ સિસ્ટમ્સ ડેવલપ થાય છે બધી એગ્રીકલ્ચરની અંદર, રાઈટ? એ ગામડાઓના અંદર નાના ગામડા હોય ત્યાં લોકો છે ફાર્મિંગ કરે છે, but they are not that much educated. So they are not updated with the latest systems, chemicals, fertilizers and technologies which are being used in agriculture. So that is a little drawback for our country, right? Agricultural production in India is much less compared to the world due to reasons like inadequate facilities of irrigation, irregular and uncertainty of rain, more population, larger family, smaller farms, no interest in experimentation, less usage of chemical fertilizers, modern machinery and scientific approach for cultivation, educated mass opting away from agriculture, and the so-called lower status of agriculture in this society, right? These are certain drawbacks that doesn't allow the farmer to develop himself. બધા points છે, I'll try to explain each and every point, right? See, agricultural production, I'm repeating that sentence again, try to understand, is in India is much less compared to the world. The world માં agricultural concept છે and the amount of production that has been produced over there, right? Compared to the world, Indian agricultural production is very less. Why it is very less? Because inadequate facility of irrigation. You have the piece of land, you have everything, but you don't have the irrigation facilities, right? The first drawback. Second, irregular and uncertainty of rain, right? Sometimes it may rain too much, sometimes there is no rain. So irregularity in rain. Third concept, that is more population. The amount of the agricultural that is being grown every year and the number of users, that is the population that is increasing on a very large scale. એટલે પ્રોડક્શન કદાચ અહીંયાથી આટલું થાય છે ને, if production rises from 10 to 30%, let us say for an example, right? The number of users increasing from 30 to 80%. So there is always an imbalance in supplying the particular crops in the market, right? Because the demand is much more rather than the particular product which is available in the market through the agricultural concept. So this is again a limitation. Moving ahead, larger family, right? Simple. Next, smaller farms. So this is again a problem. There are many farmers in India, but they have small farms. And nani jagya hoy, so the production would be less. So again it is a drawback, right? No interest in experimentation. Farmers are not ready to change their concept. જે જૂની સિસ્ટમ છે એ જ ચાલ્યા કરે છે, કોઈ વસ્તુ એક્સપેરિમેન્ટ કરવા માંગતા નથી. What is an experiment? Experiment means trying to develop 2 to 3 crops in 1 year. ત્રણ અલગ અલગ season છે, right? Summer, winter and monsoon. So if the land is good, if the land is fertile, but the problem is farmers are not ready for any kind of experimentation. વર્ષમાં એક જ વાર agriculture concept માં ધ્યાન આપે, they get certain amount of money and the rest of the months they enjoy their life. They are not ready to experiment new crops in new season. So that is again a problem. Right? Moving ahead. Less usage of chemical fertilizers. જે અત્યારે લેટેસ્ટ ફર્ટિલાઇઝર્સ કેમિકલ્સ જે અવેલેબલ છે એ ફાર્મર્સ સ્પ્રે નથી કરતા ઓન ધ પ્લાન્ટ્સ, રાઈટ? દેન વોટ હેપન્સ, રાઈટ? જે જીવડા હોય, જે કીડા હોય અથવા જે પણ ઇન્સેક્ટ્સ હોય, રાઈટ, દે ટેક અવે મેજોરિટી ઓફ ધ થિંગ્સ. પછી જેટલું ફાર્મ કર્યું હોય એમાંથી 20-30% તો વેસ્ટ થઈ ગયું હોય, because they are not using the latest chemicals or the fertilizers which can protect the crops. એ ડેમેજ થઈ જાય, right? So they have to take care of all these things, but they are not interested. Moving ahead. Modern machinery and scientific approach for cultivation. Machinery no use નથી થતો, scientific approach થી cultivation નથી કરતા. Machinery જો use થાય, right, તો cultivation પણ એટલું સ્પીડી થશે. Scientific approach, that means if proper calculation is done, they can calculate very easily what amount of production they have to do, what amount of time they will have, and what amount of time they will even save for the next few months, so that even they plant some other things or some other crops in that same field. But they are not interested in doing all these things, right? Moving ahead. Educated mass opting away from agriculture. So this is the latest concept that India is facing as a problem or as a challenge. Educated mass. Father હોય ને એ farmer હોય, but son હોય ને એ એકદમ highly educated હોય. He might have completed his graduation or post graduation master's degree પૂરી કરી હોય. Do you think he or she would be interested in farming? Obviously no. So what happens? The next generation is not interested in the agricultural concept. Everyone wants to work from 9 to 5, right? So this is the problem that is happening. Father farmer, but the son who is highly educated or daughter who is highly educated, they are never interested in that field. So there is a pause over there. The next generation will stop, or they won't do any kind of agricultural concept, to succeed their father or to take the place of their father. So there is a pause over there. So this is again a drawback, right? Moving ahead. The so-called lower status for the agricultural in the society. People even in India today think that a farmer or an agricultural farmer, right, is the lower caste or the lower status of the society. Farmer એટલે ગરીબ. That doesn't, suit our status. એટલે આપણે શું કરીએ છીએ? એ ફિલ્ડમાં ઇન્ટરેસ્ટ આપતા નથી. We are not interested in that field. And especially the son of the farmer or the daughter of the farmer who is more interested will never do that kind of farming process in the particular village, right? So these are certain drawbacks why India is facing as a challenge in the terms of agriculture. Right? So we have to understand this concept. We have to save the agricultural concept, right? Because the amount of users, that is the number of population, that is increasing. And if people starts to divert their concept from the agriculture to the other concept, that is, may they go to some other places and sell their agricultural fields, it will be very difficult in the future to survive, right? Let's move ahead and see what agriculture has more to show. Moving ahead, types of farming. Now we know what agriculture is. Now let us understand something about farming, right? The socio-economic condition of the people of India, administrative policy, and the entire Indian economy are associated with agriculture. The entire structure of the economy is associated with agriculture, right? Agriculture na hoy ne, right? Imagine karo agricultural concept, crops and other things which are related to agriculture. If they are not there, right, it would be very difficult for us to survive, right? Farming types are classified according to the irrigation methods, farm outputs and economic returns, etc. So let us try to understand what are the types of farming. What are the types of farming, right? Alag-alag types of farming. Point number 1, subsistence farming. What is it? We'll explain or we'll try to understand later. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 types are there. Second, dry farming. Third, wet farming. Fourth, June or shifting agriculture. Fifth, that is plantation agriculture. And sixth, that is intensive farming. These are the six different types of farming. Six different types of farming. Let us try to understand each and every concept. Point number one, that is known as subsistence farming. What is in subsistence farming? After independence, now we are talking about after independence, many agricultural development projects are implemented, yet the economic condition of the Indian farmer is very weak even today. Costly seeds, fertilizers and use of insecticides are not affordable in smaller farm holdings. The farm production is just sufficient for his family and is consumed in the maintenance of his family. This is called subsistence farming. So even today, Indian agriculture is considered to be an activity for life maintenance only. પોતાના ફેમિલી પૂરતું જ પ્લાન્ટેશન્સ કરે, એગ્રીકલ્ચર કોન્સેપ્ટ્સને ડેવલપ કરે, બીજાનું જોતા નથી. That concept is known as subsistence farming. I'm repeating that again, try to understand. See, after independence, many agricultural development projects are implemented. ઘણા બધા નવા projects implement થયા. But the economic condition of the Indian farmer is very weak even today. Costly seeds, જે બીયા હોય જેને વાવે અને એમાંથી ડેવલપ થાય, right? Crops, that is costly seeds, fertilizers and use of insecticides are not affordable in smaller farm holdings. જગ્યા નાની છે, પ્લાન્ટેશન ઓછું છે, ક્રોપ્સ ઓછા છે, એટલે આ બધી વસ્તુ એ લોકોને પોસાતી નથી, because it is too expensive. And if they are going to get all that expense in that farming, and when they try to sell the products or crops in the market, it would be no profit, no loss situation for the farmer, right? કારણ કે આટલો ખર્ચો કરે અને પછી જ્યારે માર્કેટમાં એ ક્રોપ્સ વેચવા જાય ફાર્મર, રાઈટ, અને પછી સેમ ટુ સેમ ભાવે મળે, કારણ કે ખર્ચો વધી ગયો એટલે farmer obviously when he is going the market to sell the crops, he is going to keep the price high. Obviously yes, right? But at that prices he is not going to get what he expects. એ જે વિચારતો હોય farmer કે હું આટલા પ્રાઇસ રાખીશ ને મને આટલો પ્રોફિટ મળશે, that is not possible, right? એટલે farmer કોઈ આવા extra expenses કરતા નથી. So what do they do? Look at the next line. The farm production is just sufficient for his family. They only farm the crops, they only develop the agriculture concept in their field, which is only sufficient for their family, right? And it is consumed in the maintenance of family. આખું વર્ષ ચાલે એમના ફેમિલીમાં, right? જે પણ 5, 10, 15 જોઈન્ટ ફેમિલી હોય તો 15, 20 in numbers, right? એમને જેટલું થાય, એમને જેટલું આખું વર્ષ સસ્ટેન થાય, એટલું જ ખાલી farming concept develop કરે, right? Because they have small area, they do not use any kind of chemicals or fertilizers, they do not have any kind of latest technology which they are using in farming concept, right? Smaller size. So what do? They plant only such particular crops which are suitable for their family or through which their family can survive for the whole year. This concept is known as subsistence farming. This concept is known as subsistence farming, right? Moving ahead. The farm production is just sufficient for his family and is consumed in the maintenance of his family. This is called subsistence farming. So even today, Indian agriculture is considered to be an activity of life maintenance only. Indian agriculture is considered to be an act of life maintenance only. આવા ઘણા બધા ફાર્મર્સ છે ઇન્ડિયાની અંદર જે નાનું નાનું ફાર્મ છે જેમને, અને એ ખાલી પોતાના માટે જ પ્રોડક્શન કરે, પોતાના ફેમિલી માટે. Do you think the number of population which is rising in India can get all the needs through this agriculture concept? અત્યારે તો હજુ મળે at a little bit higher price, but maybe in the upcoming years the prices are always going to be high, right? આવી મેન્ટાલિટી, આવા લોકો farmers, right? જે ખાલી પોતાનું જ વિચારે છે. જો બધા farmers આવું વિચારવા માંડશે, આવી મેન્ટાલિટીથી farm કરવા માંડશે, do you think the people can survive? No, it would be very difficult for them, right? And the main, our Indian economy will collapse. Agriculture is the backbone of the society, of our nation. right? So we have to, that means we means the government, right, have to take certain steps for the benefits of the farmers. અત્યારે latest એક issue ચાલે છે, right, Delhi ની અંદર there are a lot of farmers who have protested and they are sitting on the highways since almost 20-25 days if you are looking at the news, right? એવું બિલ અથવા એક એવો લો પાસ થયો છે જે એમને નથી ગળે ઉતરતું, and a lot of protest is going on right now, right? So this is the situation of the farm. ઇન્ડિયાના બધા farmers જો બેસી જશે, it would be a very difficult concept, right? And it is still going on, right? So this is what it is. Government need to take certain steps which benefits the farmers so that our economy can survive. Our economy can survive, right? It is an very useful concept because majority of the agricultural concept, Indian population 60% is still dependent on the agriculture. Is still dependent on the agriculture, right? If this kind of concept is being followed, that is subsistence farming, then it would be very difficult to fulfill the needs of the people who are living in our nation, right? Moving ahead, second type of farming, that is known as dry farming. The word itself is clear, dry, right? Let's see what it is. Where the rainfall is inadequate, where the rainfall is inadequate, ત્યાં proper વરસાદ થતો નથી, right? Irrigation facilities are less there. Farming is dependent only on rain. એવી ટાઈપનું farming જે કોઈ જાતની પાણીની facility નથી, but the only source of water, that is rain. જે monsoon season આવે અને જે વરસાદ પડે ને જે farming થાય, that concept is known as dry farming, right? Moving ahead, only one crop is taken through the humidity accumulated with the land. This is known as dry farming. This is known as dry farming. વરસાદ આવે, માટી ભીની થાય, crops develop થાય, right? અને એ જે farming થાય, that is it. બાકીનું જે છે એમ remaining 8 months it is as it is, right? No farming concept can be done because water is not there. The facility of water is not there. That is why it is known as dry farming, right? Dry farming. Crops like jowar, millet and pulses which require less water are grown there. Underline the sentence. Crops like jowar, millet and pulses which requires less water are grown there. In Gujarat, wheat and gram are grown in humid soils after the monsoon is over. Gujarat ma ઘઉં and gram bean, right? પેલા દાણા હોય ને, are grown in the humid soils. જે ભેજવાળી માટી અથવા soil હોય ને, after the monsoon is over, this concept is developed in Gujarat. This is known as dry farming. In short, what is dry farming? The only source of water which is available is rain. અને એમાં જે farming થાય એ જ, બાકી નહીં. That concept is known as dry farming, right? Moving ahead to the third concept, that is known as wet farming. Wet farming is carried out in the regions of heavy rain and adequate facilities for irrigation. If there is no rainfall or if it is insufficient, more than one crop is taken with the help of irrigation, wherein paddy, sugarcane, cotton, wheat and vegetables are being grown. The different concept or the opposite concept, dry farming, wet farming. Dry ma જે monsoon rain હોય તે, but wet farming માં totally opposite concept. જ્યાં water facility available છે 24/7, where the water facility is available on the maximum level. Wherever you require water, that concept is available. So that is known as wet farming. See what it says. If there is no rainfall or if it is insufficient, more than one crop is taken with the help of irrigation, right? Where paddy, sugarcane, cotton, wheat and vegetables are being grown. Underline the sentence. Wet farming ma kaya concepts છે? Paddy, sugarcane, cotton, wheat and vegetables are being grown in the wet farming. વરસાદ નથી આવતો તો irrigation કરે. They might have step wells, they might have rivers or ponds, so they have adequate sufficiency of water. રાઈટ, વરસાદ આવે છે તો કોઈ ઇશ્યુ જ નથી, પણ if monsoon rainfall is not there, they will get the water from the irrigation facility. So 24/7 water facility is available, right? So this concept is known as wet farming. Moving ahead, the next concept, that is zoom or shifting agriculture. What it is? Shifting agriculture. Agriculture શું થાય છે? Shift થાય છે. Piece of land shift નથી થતી, but agriculture shift થાય છે. કેવી રીતે જુઓ? Here, forests are burned and cleaned and farming is carried out there. Forests are being burned. Deforestation થાય ને, right? એટલે જગ્યા જતી રહે, એ જે ટ્રીઝ હોય એ બધા જતા રહે. So there is a piece of land which is there. હવે જ્યાં ફોરેસ્ટ હોય, so there is more humidity, roots હોય ઝાડના નીચે, so there is more water. So when deforestation is done, right, on that piece of land, the agricultural concept is developed. The agricultural concept is developed, right? Because there is water besides the earth, right? Moving ahead. The farming takes place for 2 to 3 years. 2 થી 3 વર્ષ એ જે ડિફોરેસ્ટેશન કર્યું હોય એટલી જે જગ્યા હોય ત્યાં 2 થી 3 વર્ષ ફાર્મિંગ થઈ શકે, right? Because there are lot of good soil, the soil is very fertile over there, lot of water is available, lot of humidity is there. એટલે 2-3 વર્ષ તમે એ જગ્યામાં કાંઈ જ કરો નહીં ને, રાઈટ, કોઈ વોટર ફેસિલિટી બી અવેલેબલ ના હોય ને, તો પણ ત્યાં એગ્રીકલ્ચરલ કોન્સેપ્ટ ડેવલપ થઈ શકે, રાઈટ? મૂવિંગ એહેડ. The farming takes place for 2 to 3 years. When soil fertility is reduced, એટલે જ્યારે સોઇલ એની ફર્ટિલિટી રેડ્યુસ કરી નાખે છે, કે તમે કંઈ પણ વાવો છો ને ધીમે ધીમે ઉગતું બંધ થઈ જાય છે, it does not develop itself, right? When soil fertility is reduced, that area is abandoned. પછી એ જગ્યાને ખાલી છોડી દેવામાં આવે છે, right? And the same method is applied to start farming at other places. પછી બીજી જગ્યાએ જ્યાં ફોરેસ્ટ છે પાછું ડિફોરેસ્ટેશન થાય છે, પાછી એ જગ્યાનો યુઝ થાય છે અને ત્યાં એગ્રીકલ્ચર કોન્સેપ્ટ ડેવલપ થાય છે. Shifting agriculture or zoom agriculture, right? Moving ahead. The same method is applied to start farming at the other place. This is called zoom cultivation or shifting agriculture. Cereals or vegetables are grown in this type of agriculture. Underline the sentence. Cereals, pulses and all that things, right? And vegetables, right, are grown in this type of agriculture. The production is less in this type of agriculture. જે પણ ડેવલપ થાય છે એ જગ્યા, right, the production is less. The production is less. કારણ કે એ જે સોઇલ ફર્ટિલિટી હોય ને એ સારી શું કામ હોય? Because it is covered with the forestal area. So there is more soil, there is more humidity. So અને ટ્રીઝના રૂટ્સ હોય એ સોઇલને પકડી રાખે, રાઈટ? આપણે એ જોઈ ગયા હતા ટાઈપ્સ ઓફ સોઇલ. Plant more trees, right? So they will hold the particular soil fertility. Deforestation કરી નાખો એટલે ઝાડ કપાઈ જાય, એના રૂટ્સ જે છે એ થોડોક ટાઈમ સર્વાઈવ કરે, રાઈટ? એટલે સોઇલ ફર્ટિલિટી થોડોક ટાઈમ એ જગ્યાએ રહે. So you can plant the agriculture for 2 to 3 years max. પછી 2 થી 3 વર્ષ થાય એટલે જેમ જેમ એ પ્લેસ ડ્રાય થતી જાય એટલે નીચે એની સોઇલ ફર્ટિલિટી રેડ્યુસ થતી જાય, પ્લસ the water which is there in the roots, they becomes, that starts to become dry. એટલે પછી તમે જે પણ વાવો એનું જે ડિઝાયર્ડ આઉટપુટ આવવું જોઈએ એ ના આવે, રાઈટ? સો ધ મેક્સિમમ ટાઈમ ઇઝ 2 to 3 years, રાઈટ? એન્ડ ધેન વોટ હેપન્સ? 2 થી 3 વર્ષ પૂરા થાય, બીજી જગ્યાએ ડિફોરેસ્ટેશન થાય છે, પછી એ જગ્યાએ પણ એગ્રીકલ્ચરલ કોન્સેપ્ટ ડેવલપ કરવામાં આવે છે. એન્ડ ઇટ મૂવ્સ ફ્રોમ વન ટુ ધી અધર એન્ડ ફ્રોમ અધર ટુ ધી અધર. That is why it is known as shifting agriculture. That is why it is known as shifting agriculture. Right? Moving ahead. Plantation agriculture. Plantation. Plant karo. Let's see what it is. This is a special type of agriculture. Here, underline: rubber, tea, coffee, coconut, apple, mango, orange, grapes, amla, lemon, kharek, etc. are reared with great care. Right? Are developed. Reared means developed with great care. It is necessary that there should be more capital investment, skill, technical knowledge, machines, fertilizers, protection on all sides, acquisition and transportation facility. Right? આ એવી ટાઈપના કોન્સેપ્ટ્સ છે કે જેવું રેડી થાય ને તરત જ એને ટ્રાન્સપોર્ટ કરી દેવો. ફોર એક્ઝામ્પલ ઇફ આઈ સે ગ્રેપ્સ, ફોર એક્ઝામ્પલ ઇફ આઈ સે બનાના, ફોર એક્ઝામ્પલ ઇફ આઈ સે એપલ. આ જેવું ડેવલપ થાય ને જેવું નીચે પડે ને, દેટ મીન્સ પાકી જાય અથવા નીચે પડે, they have to be transported in a vehicle and reach into the market. નહીતર જો એ નીચે પડ્યું રહેશે તો પડ્યું સડી જશે અથવા બગડી જશે. So an extreme care is to be taken in all this type of agriculture, that is known as plantation agriculture, because they are developed through the plants, right? Banana tree, apple tree, chiku tree, lemon tree, right? All these things plants છે આમાં, directly જમીનમાંથી નથી ઉગતા. They require a source, that is a plant, and a plant ઉપર develop થાય છે, right? I'm repeating it again. See, this is a special type of agriculture, right? Here rubber, જેટલા પણ નામ છે બધામાં plants હોય છે. Rubber, tea, coffee, coconut, apple, mango, orange, grapes, lemon, right? Are reared with great care, that means are developed with great care. And જેવું farming માં એમ થાય ને કે the season is there and it has been developed, you have to plug it out and directly reach it into the market so it can be sold, right? નહીતર એ પડ્યું બગડી જાય. This type of concept is known as plantation agriculture, right? It is necessary that there should be more capital investment. આ બધી વસ્તુમાં જેમાં વધારે ધ્યાન રાખવાનું છે, right? એમાં capital expense પણ વધી જશે. That is why the particular fruits are very costly, right? Apple ના તમે prices જુઓ, right? Grapes ના તમે prices જુઓ, all these things, oranges ના તમે price જુઓ, they are a little bit costly, right? Why they are costly? Because the capital invested in developing them, એ જે પૈસા રોક્યા હોય એ plants માં, એ fruits માં develop કરવા માટે, they have invested in huge amount. So that is why the prices are high. That is why the prices are high, right? There should be more capital investment, skill, technical knowledge, machines, fertilizers. આ બધું farmer use કરે છે ત્યારે એ વસ્તુ develop થાય છે, right? Protection on all sides, acquisition and plus the transportation facility. All these things are to be done. Then only this type of fruits or tea, coffee or other plantations can be reached to the public through the market. થોડું ઘણું પણ ડીલે થઈ જાય તો માર્કેટમાં પહોંચતા પ્રોડક્ટ બગડી જાય. Or there might be germs or insects inside the product which is useless for the people, for us, right? So it is a waste, or plus the expense or the capital that has been invested by the farmer is a loss point, right? An extreme care is to be taken in this type of farming, that is known as plantation agriculture. Moving ahead, sixth, intensive farming. What is an intensive farming? Intensive farming is a mechanized way of farming through utilization of increased irrigation, use of chemical fertilizers, insecticides and other mechanical equipments. એકદમ latest modern technology થી જે farming concepts ને develop કરવામાં આવે, right, with all the use of IT concepts, right, machines and technologies, that is known as an intensive farming. Cash crops grow more in this type of farming. Cash crops. What is a cash crop? Cash crop means the crop which has been developed and directly been sold into the market and through which the farmer gets the cash easily. Right? For example, cotton. Right? Cotton જેવું થાય, it's a raw material, right? એ cash crop થઈ જાય farmer માટે. Cotton ને તમારે process કરવું પડે અને પછી અલગ અલગ વસ્તુમાં cotton use થાય. Right? તો cotton is a particular raw material. એટલે farmer શું કરે? જે cash crops છે, એક example આપો. For example, cotton, right? With all the systems and technologies and fertilizers, they try to farm that kind of product and they directly sell it to the market. પછી એ cotton નું શું કરે છે, શું process થાય છે, the farmer is not concerned. They take the ready cash. એટલે farmers શું કરે છે, આવા crops, આવી વસ્તુ વધારે plant કરે, through which they get the money or the cash very easily, right? Cash crops grow more in this type of farming. The per hectare production has increased very much here and the area sown under this crops has increased. એટલે farmer ને હવે ખબર પડી ગઈ છે, જો આવી બધી વસ્તુ આપણે ટેકનોલોજી ને ફર્ટિલાઇઝર્સ ને કેમિકલ્સ નો યુઝ કરીશું, so it would be very easy for us to generate the cash very easily. So what they do, they are not concerned with the things, or they are not concerned with the plantation process which require huge investment and an extreme care to be needed. is to be taken care of, right? એવી બધી વસ્તુમાં એ લોકો પડતા નથી. They only plant certain kind of the concepts which have the ready cash in their hand. Plant કર્યું, develop થયું, માર્કેટમાં વેચી દીધું, they got the cash. As simple as that. So the farmers are moving towards this kind of concept, right? And plus they are using all the irrigation facilities, chemical fertilizers, insecticides and the mechanical equipments through which this crop can be developed very easy, right? So farmers are moving towards this concept, right? The per hectare production has increased very much here and the area sown under these crops has increased. As more importance is given to the economic returns in this type of farming, it is known as commercial farming also. It is known as commercial farming also, right? એક example મેં તમને આપ્યો, for example cotton, right? સીધું જેવું cotton પ્લાન્ટમાંથી ઊભું થઈ જાય, ડેવલપ થઈ જાય, એ લઈ લે, right? And they sell it into the market and they get the cash. This is known as intensive farming. અને આમાં એમની મહેનત પણ ઓછી હોય. શું કામ? કારણ કે fertilizers, chemicals, latest use of technology or machines is being done in this type of farming, right? And they get good amount of returns, right? So this is known as intensive farming. We are stopping the video over here. There is one more concept, but because of lack of time, we are not or we will not be able to complete these 3 points, right? So we'll try to finish these 3 concepts in the next session. If you have any